Okay, hey everybody. Oh man, I hope you're still with us from that spectacular display of musical talent. You know when hip hop first got started. Hold on one second. One second. Okay, my apologies, everyone. Welcome to the David Simon Show. This is the post show of that battle versus between those two hip hop rap kings, gods, if you will, from the beginning almost of hip hop. I mean, let's say that hip hop started in 1978 and Snoop Dogg came out in 1992, 1990. That's only 12, 14-year difference. So hip hop was relatively young when Snoop Dogg joined. It was adult when DMX got involved, but as you can see, they both had mutual respect for the craft that each one has presented to us to enjoy, the audience, the customers. And tonight they displayed their talents in an awesome way. They call it verses, but it's really a talent show. It's a concert of sorts that you get now that they performing them in the same building, in the same area. And Snoop Dogg and DMX are the best lyricists that have done a versus battle so far. I don't mean to disrespect anybody that's come before, but you're not going to find talent. I mean, these guys in top fives around the world. So, let's give them their due and their respect. And I thank them for their awesome, excellent performance today on my birthday. Yes, this is episode 2 of the David Simonism show, but it's really the David Simon show. Last week we had a fantastic premiere, but tonight we had an awesome follow-up. I mean, tremendous follow-up show. Shout out to DMX, shout out to Snoop Dogg, shout out to Swiss Beats, shout out to Timbo Land, not Timbo Lake. And shout out to Hiphopcitizen for bringing it to you guys out there on all platforms, Facebook, Twitch, a Periscope, YouTube. I haven't heard anybody getting dropped, anything like that. So we were very fortunate. We're going to go a little while. We're not going to go that long because I know everybody's drained from that performance. I mean, if you weren't up dancing, moving around, and enjoying yourself to the highest festivity that you could possibly enjoy yourself, then something is wrong with you. You're so right. I don't call it a verse like Primo verse RZA. It is a talent show. Thank you very much, Mr. Frederick Perrott. I don't want to say it. I said it wrong probably anyway. Okay. What we're going to do is run down what we got coming up. Friday night, we got Friday Night Live, where we'll have the normal cast members here, host Don Juan the Mac, Diva Views. I don't know if Architect will be joining us Friday. Hopefully he'll be able to make it. Dialect 718 and myself. We'll probably go over this battle more deeply because it's a huge overtaking for us to just dissect in the last 2-3 minutes since it went off. I mean, the freestyles alone deserves its own respect and a good 10-minute talk up. So, everybody's going to digest what occurred tonight and be able to regurgitate it to you on Friday night. Please join us. We start at 11 p.m. every Friday night that God allows us to. I don't know. Is that Zuckerberg and all the rest of these guys that own these platforms? No, I'm just kidding. All right. The David Simon Show is, I don't know. You see that picture there? That's some kind of icon there, that picture. Jesus. Man, I need a haircut. This quarantine thing's got to end. I'm taking horrible picture after horrible picture. I actually joined Facebook again because, not Facebook again, excuse me, Instagram again, because it seems that the week has passed and they did not give me back my account, access to my account. So I had to join another one. It's called The David Simon Show. It's blocked so that no one can report me for you stealing material. So I'm really not posting anything right now because I only have one follower and I'm only following one person, and that's my sister. Okay, so if you want to reach out to me, that's the David Simonism Show over at Instagram now. I may start up Twitter again as well, but if I do so, it will be in the fall and no time sooner. But you can always catch me here Wednesdays 9 to 11 or whenever, as Dialect likes to put it. Wednesday nights, we recap what happened Friday night, what leading up to the week, guests, and more guests. I last night we had such an entertaining meeting. The guys and gal tried to convince me that there should be a reunion between me and Blak Mav. If you're all familiar with the Friday Night Live interview that occurred between Friday Night Live and Blak Mav, it got off the rails and things didn't go according to plan for neither him nor I or the show. So the group has convinced me that there should be a reunion between him and I on the David Simon Show. So that's going to be in a couple of weeks. I can't say for sure because I know he's a very busy individual and our schedules might not coincide at the immediate future. But that's going to happen. If you're a Friday Night Live fan or supporter or loyalist, whatever, I don't know, a beehive. We need a beehive name for the individuals that join us every Friday night at 11 p.m. Eastern time. So that's going to happen next week. I hope he's still with me. I hope he still decides to come in. You understand? And I haven't scared him off with some of the rhetoric I ran off last week and some of the things that I may say tonight or Friday night. But Colin Kilkenny is supposed to join us. That's the star of the show, of the web series Forced to Sin, as well as For Life on the 50 Cent show that's on ABC. I can't say he's the star of that show, but he has been a reoccurring character on that show. And he also has other things coming up in the near future, that big plans. I'm going to have him come in, talk to us about his future, his past, his present, and how much he loves God for the blessings that's been bestowed upon him. Also, the guy that created that show, John Harper's, is harping on Snoop right now. Call us up if you want to talk to me. I'm here for this evening for the next half hour, 45 minutes. And if you want to talk about the show, we could talk about the show. No problem. But back to what I'm saying, we got Ray Lute. That is the creator of Forced to Sin and several series on the web that you can catch. Look up Ray Lute, and you can see some of the things that he's creating. I mean, the guy is a genius. I just got to get him in here and figure out which way that genius is direction he's taking us. You understand, as an audience, and figure out some of those things that the meaning behind some of his interpretations in his art, because he's not the regular simple individual that just present small things here and there and you piece them together. This is a real gifted scientist when it comes to the film business. Shout out Dialect 718. Thank you very much. Yes, it is my birthday, and I had a seafood spread from the Reel and Hook, or Hook and Reel. I'm not sure. It's actually a franchise seafood place. I don't normally eat at franchise seafood places such as Red Lobster or Outback or something like that. I like to get my seafood authentic from a real seafood restaurant, or out here in New York, Bronx, New York, there's a place called City Island that I frequent, and it's great seafood. Tonight's seafood dish wasn't that bad. It's called the Reel and Hook, or the Hook and Reel, whichever one. If you're out here in the New York area, there's one in Queens, there's one in Staten Island, and there's the one out here in Brooklyn. I suggest you pay it a visit and tell them David Simon sent you. I had the shrimp broiled with the snow crab legs and a very small lobster tail. Let me tell you, the season is not as been good in lobster as it normally is this time of year. But enough about me and my birthday and how old I am. Again, call us up. You want to talk about the DMX Snoop Dogg battle versus talent show concert, free show that we just seen that was spectacular. I mean, I've seen Snoop perform. I've seen DMX perform live, and for the time between that I've seen them live, I mean, we're talking 15, maybe 20 years. They have not lost a step. I mean, X claimed to have put on weight, and we can see that he is not the same physique that he was when he was taking those jail pictures in those videos. But you know, he still can dance and sing, or rap and dance and move around and still give a show to people that is not often able to be done when you get a certain age. That's why they say rappers, once they reach a certain age, that their careers are over. Tonight, Snoop Dogg and DMX proved to the contrary, that it doesn't matter what age you are if you still got something to say or something to prove. And tonight we see the group, the age before us, our parents before us. We seen the OJs tonight. We seen the Miracles or Teddy Pendergraft in the Blue Notes. I know it's Harold Melvin in the Blue Notes, but trust me, it's Teddy Pendergraft in the Blue Notes. We've seen Luther Vandross tonight. We saw Marvin Gaye tonight. We've seen that type of talent perform tonight. You may not think that they have the same impact as some of those groups that I've just named, but they do. Like I said, Snoop has a 12 or 14 year gap between the time of rap started and his eruption on the scene. And you have to recognize that he was a forefather, because at this time the plane was still in its ascending motion before it got leveled with the whole platinum explosion and baller status. It was still on the ascend when Snoop Dogg got in. He was still a part of a rap group that was considered the public enemy #1 in NWA. You understand? So what he was able to contribute and was able to bring forth to the culture is very important. It's paramount to recognize what Snoop Dogg was able to do during the time of the early stage of hip hop. And DMX, he brought it to the millennium. He carried the water from that when you were looking for what that street rap is. DMX was the guy that was there for the street rap for you in the late 90s. Because like I said, it was baller status. I mean, no disrespect to any version or type of hip hop that was being put forth. I mean, no disrespect to the underground, no disrespect to the baller status, and no disrespect to the street music that was coming out, as long as it was good and that it made sense. And DMX was convoluted in certain songs, but he made sense in the majority of them. And a lot of the times the sense was, don't F with him and everything will be all right, or anybody that he knows. And you know, that is a talent in itself, to be such an individual like he was. DMX wasn't the type of, that's why when we had the battle, I wanted to give the little stories and then the behind the scenes of what DMX faced to become the celebrity superstar of rap that he became, movie star that he became. It wasn't easy, you know what I'm saying? And if you can, if that video hasn't been taken down, I don't know if it is or were or what have you, go revisit the Jay-Z versus DMX from Friday Night Live that the Hiphopcitizen put on, if it's available, because I try to convey the importance of what it took to create the individual that DMX is. It's not something that just happens. You understand? It has to be a certain molecule here, element there, to create that genuine solo individual rap phenomenon icon that DMX is. Everything has to fall into place right. I mean, even the troubles that his life has faced also contribute to what it created this true phenomenon of rap. And I believe that tonight I don't want to go about giving scores. I don't want to go about saying who won or any of that. Maybe Friday Night Live, I'll be able to offer an opinion. I'm still high on the emotion that the event occurred on my birthday. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm jacked about next week, David Simon show. There's going to be, like I said, a celebrity interview. We're going to talk about what's going on. Let's actually revisit what we talked about last week. We talked about the Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Red Table. Alsina put a song out called Entanglement featuring Rick Ross. Friday Night Live, we're going to discuss that. I seen a clip. Actually, I think I have to take a little credit for this. I think Will Smith actually dedicated this clip to me. He's talking about when he was a rapper performing, and he had to go to town after town, and there was times that he was with headliners such as Rakim or Public Enemy and MCs like that. And he was talking about how some of the groupies, some of the fans, some of the supporters wouldn't want to tangle with the likes of Public Enemy or Rakim. So they see Fresh Prince and they would think that him and his entourage were a bunch of suckers. Now, last week I said if it was a knife fight for the heart of his wife, Alsina might win, and Alsina dropped that hit song basically saying he would do anything to have that woman, you know what I'm saying, because he loves her. He's going to make music about her. He's going to continue to insert himself into that marriage. Will Smith said, when back in the days, we didn't lose many fights. In fact, thank you, Miss Martin. Thank you very much. In fact, he said that their record was better than Mayweather's. He said they were close to Rocky Marciano record. If you ever heard of who Rocky Marciano is, look him up. He's like one of the greatest heavyweight champions ever. So, this is before Will Smith took the Ali classes that he thinks that he was, dynamite, floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. So it would be a tough competitive battle, maybe, for the heart, to win the heart of Miss Jada Pinkett Smith. But it must be worthy. It must be worthy for these two gentlemen, which you can't really say August Alsina's got a chance to win the heart of someone else's wife. That's just, unheard of. But it can happen. I mean, Simon Cowell did it. He took a guy's wife, so guys can lose their wives. Hold on tight, fellas. So, Will's proved me wrong that he might be as tougher than I give him credit for. So let's not underestimate him. Also, last week was huge. I ran on a rant about that situation. Let's talk about what's coming up next week, and we're going to get out of here. We're not going to hold you, because I'm telling you, Friday Night Live, the group will have more to discuss the battle between DMX and Snoop Dogg. Again, I'm on cloud nine. I'll start shouting out how much I love and thanking and how much I admire these gentlemen, and I'm gonna let others do that. I'm gonna let Diva Views tell you how much she loves DMX and Snoop Dogg, as well as Don Juan the Mac and Dialect. I mean, I'm sure Dialect enjoyed this battle. I mean, those hits, West Coast hits, East Coast hits, and yes, I did say that it was an East Coast West Coast battle. I did say that. I'm standing on that. Am I willing to admit that Snoop Dogg came through with his No Limit tank and demolished the East Coast like he kicked down those buildings 30 years ago? No, I'm not ready to say that. What do you think? I'm crazy? I got to live out here, so don't go there. But yes, the David Simon Show here live Wednesday, July 22nd, 2020. My birthday was celebrated in the house just like everyone else that's been living in this pandemic quarantine thing. So, the year goes by. We're all going to lose birthdays, except those that celebrated in January and February. Lucky you. You in the Super Bowl. are the only ones that really partied this year. But tonight came as close to New Year's Eve in my life as anything I've experienced on my birthday in the some odd years that I've been alive. You understand? So that's the plateau that I put tonight's event on in my life. You know, it might just been another Wednesday night to you, hot, muggy summer night to you, but it was a awesome experience for me. Every Wednesday, Hiphopcitizen presents the David Simon Show. Currently, we haven't signed papers yet, so I'm taking the David Simon Show with me if I leave. Contract negotiation, ladies and gentlemen. Don't ever forget, those are very important. That's what I've learned in my some odd years of living. Contract negotiation. They're better done on air. Get everybody involved, you know. Maybe you guys have a riot and picket signs when they do toss me off of the air here. Last week, they tossed me off for a Q-tip bit. So you never know what's going to happen with me here, you know. It's an adventure. Every time I turn this microphone on and I get on this camera, it is an adventure. You just got to see where this runaway 18-wheeler downhill drunk driver driving ends up. Yes, it's a celebration, ladies and gentlemen, in the words of Dave Chappelle. It's a celebration, bitches. In my Rick James voice. And I'm partying. Oh, man. Awesome. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. What do you have to say? Call us up here. We got 19 minutes. I'm gonna check out at 11 o'clock. You understand? The David Simon Show is only 9 to 11 every Wednesday. Check us out. We're going to have some exciting news and things going on. The baseball opens up tomorrow. Everybody's wondering if it starts, can it finish? And NBA starts next week. If it starts, can it finish? That's what everybody wants to know. So we're going to be waiting. That's what Las Vegas is betting on right now. Is will there be a finish to the season? That Q-tip looked like you pulled it from Bonita Applebone. Bonita Applebone's ass. Ha! Dialect with the jokes, ladies and gentlemen. Dialect. Give him applause. Give him applause, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't think the Q-tip was that bad. Should we try it again? Let's do it again. Let's see if we've learned how to clean our ears out this week. We'll save that for Friday night show. The David Simon Show is a little more sophisticated than the Q-tip bit. I would hope. Man, it is hot here in New York. I tell you, 90 degrees for the last several days. At a certain point, this heat wave has got to break. I hope that if you're out there in a spiked state, I don't know, it's 40 now, that you're being safe, you're wearing masks and you're wearing gloves. I please wish that everyone will wear a mask and gloves. Or if you're not wearing gloves, use hand sanitizer. In protecting yourselves, protecting others. It's a humanity thing. It's not a political thing. I see on Facebook 1,000 of these as architects like to call them tinfoil theories about what this whole thing, this virus is supposed to mean or represent or what have you. I know that it's dangerous. It has caused us all to be bunkered into our homes at some parts of the day. If you're going back out to work and joining society again, let's be as safe as possible. Let's have the distance. Let's wash our hands. Let's wear a face mask. I mean, what's so hard about this? I don't understand. I am the most laziest anti rule individual you ever meet, and yet I'm wearing my face mask. I wear gloves. You know, I'm giving distance. I'm doing everything that is asked. What happened to me that you guys can't do it? Tell me. Let me know, so I can also start to break the rules and don't care about no one else or how we're going to end this thing, because I want to see the end. I would like to see life going back to somewhat of a normalcy. And people was telling us that we'll never go back to where we were before the virus, but that's because nobody is trying to work as hard as I am to get us back to that flat line or whatever it is. it could be political, whatever have you, but if they won't allow us to be free back into society as we were before, then why not try? You understand what I'm saying? If you're not gonna commit to stopping this thing, stay home. Don't come outside, please. There's two choices really that we have right now. Follow the rules with the mask, sanitizer, gloves, distancing, or stay home. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, they were talking last week about another country lockdown, including the states that are not even spiking, because other states want to travel to states that are not spiking. If that is not the most disingenuous thing in the world, to want to travel to a state that's not spiking and still bring the same behavior from the state that is spiking to a state that is not spiking, that is so evil and maniacal. I don't get it. But, next week, Colin Kilkenny is coming in. We got 14 minutes. If you guys don't want to talk to David Stein, I was about to call myself the prophet, which I did on Twitter. That's fine. I understand. I'm not the kind of guy that everybody want to associate. But Blak Mav wants to associate. I hear that it's going to be an apology, but I don't know. Blak Mav, I think, is going to surprise me with another rant and explaining to me his side. That's what I'm expecting, but I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be straightforward. I'll tell you right now what I'm expecting. I'm expecting him to want to monopolize the conversation. I'm expecting him to say sorry and then offend me again, possibly within the same conversation we're having. You understand? That's what occurred before. And I think he felt that I was insulting him. So let's not just make it seem like it was a Blak Mav bullying situation. He felt that I came off condescending. He felt that came off a little disingenuous as well. So we're going to see. If I'm going to be genuine, we're going to see if he's going to be apologetic. I don't think he has anything to apologize for. The reason why I agreed to the second meeting between Blak Mav and myself is because I think the FNL guys and gal felt that let's see how I handle the meeting between Blak Mav and myself again. Maybe I didn't handle it correctly last time because, like I said, I was combatant. When he was trying to explain himself and his position in life, I had my preconceived notions. And I said this to the FNL crew that I felt like there's not many hardcore MCs that I viewed as activists. And that's wrong of me to have emboxed Blak Mav into what I felt is a contradiction in the individual. Maybe it's not a contradiction. Maybe it's just something that just occurs. Maybe it's just that those two entities, those two parts of his life can coexist with one another, the activist and the hardcore MC. So, others may have agreed with me that it seems somewhat unrealistic that a person that would talk about certain things in a song and then stand with Black Lives Matter. It's something that I want to talk about with Ray Luke about the fostering of sin. Some of the records, we enjoy them, but in fact, they say certain things. They create certain lifestyles. They glorify certain things that you wouldn't think is a rallying cry for the Black Lives Matter movement. So, when I say I was confused in what I was hearing. Which one am I supposed to take serious? Am I supposed to take the activist serious, or am I supposed to take the hardcore MC serious? and that was wrong on my part, because the hardcore MC is music. It's a creation. But he was stand on it. He says he does what he says in his songs. So it left me a little empty inside, and finding out who the real individual Blak Mav is, and I have to learn to accept that the fact that it was the two personalities. Maybe the guy doesn't have to be one thing. You understand? Maybe he's conforming from the hard MC to the activist, and he's trying to convert. And I didn't want to give him a chance, because I wanted to nail him to one particular person or personality, persona, so that I can understand it. And that's not his job to make me understand who he is. His job is to tell me, and how I decipher or how I handle it is up to me. So we're going to have a second meeting, and it was going to happen. Now, before that, we're supposed to have this young lady that's on Twitch, that all she does all day is eat and try on outfits on Twitch, and people pay her. And I want to know how this works. I want to get her in here. She has a phenomenal physique, and I think that kind of helps to her contribution in the Twitch. But I'm hoping that they can book her, and she can give me a clear, concise understanding of how that whole dynamic works, as her on Twitch for several hours a day, trying on outfits, eating, and people paying her for this. I mean, she's like a fish in a fish bowl, and I'm sure there's fish in fish bowls all over the world that would like to know, how do you get paid for this? I mean, that's the best I can do. So next week, Colin Kilkenny. I went to high school with him. A little background. He always been funny. Married his high school sweetheart. Has a beautiful family. In fact, some of his family, his children, is in the show. I don't want to give you too much, because then it looks crazy when I ask him the question. You'd be like, you already knew that. But then it's really, I'm doing it for those that are just joining us. I don't know how many joined us in the Snoop Dogg DMX battle. But hit subscribe, please. Periscope, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, whichever it is, Hiphopcitizen, hit subscribe. The David Simon Show appears on that currently right now, until they get rid of me or until I move on to something better. And so you'll be up to date to when this occurs. Next week will be July 29th. It won't be my birthday, but we're still going to have a party. You understand? Because Colin Kilkenny was supposed to appear tonight. He was supposed to have been the birthday guest. And then Timberland and Swiss granted us with a, astronomical show, full of stars out there, stargazing, as last week gets put it. Priest the Nomad, I believe is his name. Check that out if you haven't seen it. That's when I did the Q-tip bit that Dialect has called, said that it looked like it was pulled out of Bonita Applebone's ass. Dialect, everyone. Dialect. And I believe that's all that we have tonight, because no one else wants to contribute. Explain the Q-tip trick. Okay, somebody actually came into the comment section and disagreed with something that I said. And you know how I am when I am disagreed with. I'm always right. So when a person disagrees with me, I'm willing to prove myself right. And so they were saying that I needed to clean my ears out. And I was saying that my ears were pretty cleared out. But according to Dialect, it wasn't as clear or clean as I thought. And so he made that joke. So, this week, whatever the dare is, I mean, we got a camera here, and all we do is sit here and jabber. Jabber. We don't need a camera for that. We could do that if we were off the air. I mean, off of the camera. That's a radio show what we've been doing. So I figured if we got a camera, let's do some bits according for the camera. You know what I'm saying? Something for the camera people that get entertained from visual, and not just audio. You understand what I'm saying? So, if you got a dare for me that I can easily do on air, let's see what you got. You know what I mean? I'll do anything. I'll eat like that woman does. I'll change outfits on there like that woman does. See, that's why I want to call her in. I want some of her expertise. I want that maven to tell me how to entertain you guys on camera, because that is my biggest concern. I am not the most attractive individual, so you're not going to be really sticking with what I'm saying. I can see you all turning your backs right now and maybe just listening to me. You're not watching, and I feel ignored that way. So I want to keep you guys engaged and watching. So in the comments area section, when you put something up where it's like a dare that I feel that is warranted to follow up on, I'm going to do it. And blame Architect, because Architect really dared me, because I said, should I do it? And everybody was like, no. Architect said, yeah, you should. So then that's all I needed. You understand? So if you guys got something out there, I'll bring it to the table. And if I get somebody on the table that's willing to go down with me on this ship, and then I'm going to do it. The David Simon Show here on Hiphopcitizen every Wednesday from 9 to 11. Friday Night Live every Friday night from 11 to 1. You got the Diva Views on Special Report Sunday nights. I'm hearing good things about that. I'm hearing that show is monetizing money in some way. I got to get on that. This lady, I am hoping I can get her in here on Twitch. You guys don't understand how much this is going to change my life. I'm going to be able to learn how to earn coins and things like that, and make this show better. Make Friday Night Show better. That's what I'm here for. I want to just give you guys great content, great entertainment. And with this camera here, and I'm not doing anything but talking into it, it's not gonna do anything for you guys. You guys need stunts. And we can't go outside. So I'm going to do the best. The Q-tip is the best I can come up with at that time. Thank you to the individual, Alisa, I forget her last name, that suggested that joke. All right, it's 10:57. I think I held you guys hostage long enough. Again, Colin Kilkenny next week. Following week, Ray Lutz, hopefully. The lady from Twitch, I don't even know her name. I'm telling you, she was presented to us in a meeting last night. Presented to me in a meeting last night. Also, Dialect. Give me the young MC's name, the rapper. The lady's name is Exohydrax. She's gonna have to explain that name alone on Twitch. But what about the rapper from Seattle? He's got a interesting name as well. I think we're running out of names that's easy for people to remember. Peaceful Pender. Peaceful Pender is supposed to show up, I believe, the 12th. So I'm trying to book Peaceful Pender for the David Simon Show. Now, he's a hip-hop artist, and I said that I wasn't going to do hip-hop artists on this show because we got rappers all day on Friday night. I don't know what he says. He wants on the 12th. The rapper wants in on the 12th. Okay, so then Peaceful Pender is booked, ladies and gentlemen. So we got 2 confirmed bookings. The 5th of August, we're trying to book Ray Lou. I'm going to reach out to him soon. As you know, I was thrown off of Instagram, so I've lost contact with him. I'm going to reach out to him with the new Instagram handle, let him know who I am, and see if we can get that going down on August 5th. So 3 weeks lined up. We got Colin Kilkenny next week. Hopefully we got Ray Luke the 5th. On the 12th we got Peaceful Pender. On the 19th, I'm hoping to get Exohydrax. If Exohydrax can't come in on the 19th, then we're gonna have the second meeting of Blak Mav and David Simon. I mean, you guys are probably thinking yawn fest, right? But no, this is going to be interesting. This is another interview that the cameras was well needed and was used fruitfully. Okay. Teddy Pendergrass. Shout out to Architect 7 for that one. Yeah, Architect 7, ladies and gentlemen. Architect 7 for that one. All right, it's 10:59. David Simonism.